everybody. So today's project is an Easter card box, and when I couldn't send out Easter baskets, I wanted to kind of come up with another project, and I thought this project was perfect to send out to my friends. So this is probably, well, this is the Easter card that I'm going to be sending out to my friends and family. And as you can see, it fits in an envelope, but when you open it up and pop it down, it looks like that. Isn't that cute? Okay, so we're going to use a bunch of products, and let's go ahead and get started. Mine came apart. That's not good. When we do the one today, we will make sure that doesn't happen. Okay. Oh, but before we start, look at this one. So this stamp set is so cute for babies that I went ahead and made a welcome baby one too, using a cute little lamb. Isn't that cute too? Okay, well, let's get started and we'll make the Easter one. So let's just start with some stamping. So I'm gonna take the bunny. The bunny is from the Welcome Easter stamp set. This guy right here, and just some black Memento ink. And ink him up good, just right there on a scrap of Whisper White. And put the lid back on this so I don't put my hands in there. I think we'll get all the pieces together first, and then we'll assemble the card, and I'll tell you about the card base sizes and stuff like that. So here's my, I think it's my Blushing Bride marker. Let's see. Yep, my Blushing Bride marker, and I just want to color in his ears here. Hi, Diana. And his little feet right here. And then a little bit of pink on his nose. There we go. Then you take your scissors, and we're going to fussy cut him out. Or if you have a scan and cut, he would be cut out real quick, which, all right, here's the honest to goodness truth. I already cut him out with my scan and cut, and there he is right there. Then with some scrap of green, garden green, and I use this framelit right here, just a 2-inch strip of that, and we'll need 2 of them. And this is the framelits that coordinate with the Wiggle Worm stamp set, which I absolutely love. But this grass I use all the time. Okay, so there's 2 of those, and those are 2 inches wide. I agree about the fussy cutting. That's a true statement right there. Okay, what other things doing? So then on a scrap of purple, let's see if I can find my scrap of, and this is Gorgeous Grape, which I love this color. I'm going to use my embossing buddy. Get rid of some of the static on the paper so we get a nice clean or crisp image. I don't want any embossing powder all over my paper. And the Happy Easter, that comes with the one that's the little bunny. It's from the bunny stamp set. Stamp that up in Versamark. Ta-da! Let's put the lid on this so I don't get my fingers everywhere. And then I put my white embossing powder way over there so I wouldn't spill it, not steal it. I hope I don't steal it. But a little bit of white embossing powder. Flick off the extra. There we go. And with a heat gun, just melt that plastic, because all embossing powder is just shredded plastic. And now there, my heat gun's getting warm. I'm going to melt that plastic back onto the paper to give it that shiny look. And when you see it's all shiny, you'll know that it's done. All done. And then we're going to take our scissors. I lost them. Here they are. And fussy cut out that Happy Easter. Now, I don't know if your scan and cut could do this. This would be a good project for me to see if my scan and cut can cut this white on this purple. For some reason, I don't think it can. And I don't use my scan and cut for stuff like that. Well, and so you don't have to watch me. I've already done the fussy cutting with my Happy Easter. I've cut those out there. So now I think, nope, now we need to stamp some butterflies. So I'm going to bring in my piercing mat. And just so you know, this month that the Butterfly Gala stamp set and the punch set is the prize this month. So if you place a $50 order on my online store using this hostess code, I'll put your name into a drawing to win this set. Okay, I already have these. I'm going to ink up my butterfly in some Gorgeous Grape. And stamp that down. Then let me bring this in so I don't get any ink on my piercing mat, because we need one big butterfly, but we need 3 of the little butterflies. So I'm going to stamp one this way. And then one this way. Nice. And then we'll punch them out. No, I don't want to put, I almost put the purple away, but we need the Gorgeous Grape for the bodies of my butterflies here. Okay, punch out those, and then punch out this little guy up here. And this little guy over here. I think we're done with that punch, and let's turn them over and stamp their bodies real quick. Little body for that guy, little body for that guy, little body for that guy, and a big body for this guy here. There. I'm going to put that away. So now we have most, I think, of our pieces. So then a little bit more punching. Now using the vases. Boy, now I've lost the name of this punch, but we want a couple of these little flowers. Really, we want a bunch of them. So I want a couple yellow ones and a couple of the lipstick ones. Where did he go? We better punch one more because he went a-flying, and I'll find him after the video, but never while I'm on video or camera. So let's see. And then some purple ones. Where did my purple go? I put my scrap of purple somewhere. We'll just use this. No, not that one. Shoot. All right, we'll get another scrap of purple. And a couple little purple flowers. Okay, let's find our little purple and red and yellow flowers here. There. Now, do we have 2 of each one? We do. Take this, put that in the trash. And then with the scrap of garden green to match our grass, we need then the 6 stems to go with our flowers. So I'm going to use the same punch, this here, to make stems. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, one more. And then I went and mixed all those green scraps with my flowers. I'm going to have to try to pick them all out again. Okay. Forget him. Whoops, not him. There we go. Okay, so I think that's all of our little decoration pieces. Let's kind of clean up a little bit and get stuff out of our way. Now let's bring in, so the base of our box is a 1/2 sheet of cardstock. So it's 5.5 by 8.5. Then I have scored it, let's go this way, at 2 inches, 4 inches, 6 inches, and 8 inches top to bottom. Then I turned it this way, so this is the 5.5 inch side, and I've scored it at 2 3/4, or in other words, in half. Okay, then we're gonna do some cutting on here. And now we're gonna cut up to the score line. On this one, on just 3 of these. Nope. I lied. I didn't do very good. I'll have to fix that one. And then this piece here, this little 1/2 inch by 2 3/4, we're gonna cut that. See how I mitered this side? And we're gonna cut this piece clean away. There we go. And then we're gonna, I think it's called miter, where you angle this side, because this is gonna be our little tab that we keep our box together. Now, when you, well, no, next. So now I think on my box, when you look, these little flaps, I don't like them to hang all the way to the bottom. So I'm gonna take, and the one that's not by the tab here, so I'm gonna set it in my paper trimmer this way at 4 1/4. Nope, I beg your pardon, 4 1/2. And I'm gonna cut down to the 6 inch or to the last cut. I don't wanna cut this last tab off. That's what's gonna give us the back of the box. And you can see on our paper trimmer, it has that little line on the cutting blade. And when you come, I think you can kind of feel it and you can kind of see it. And then it takes off those and makes the sides of our boxes, these, will leave a little bit shorter. Okay, we're done with that. So now I'm gonna fold these 3 and these 3 only. I'm not gonna fold this long strip here, just the sides of the boxes. Bring in the trio punch because I want to corner round all these sides. Whoop, paper be a-flying. And this is kind of a tricky situation, getting all those pieces in, especially not bending this one. But I've done it a few times, so I think you can do it too. Getting all those pieces in there. Move these out of the way and get to him. This, whoop, there he goes. And then put him, and this one we might, there we go. And then we'll trim these top ones here. I have to bend him back. Phew, we got all of our corners rounded. Although really we haven't got all of our corners rounded because then all the designer series paper, but this is what our box looks like now. Ha. Then with our designer series paper, now this piece is 1 7/8 by 4 inches, and I'm gonna round the wrong ones. Did you see that? I'm gonna round the 2 at the top. There we go, like that. This one would be covered up. We won't see them anyway. And then on these pieces that fit here, so you got to make sure they are 1 7/8 by 1 5/8. So we got to make sure we're rounding the right corners. We're going to round 2 of those corners. And I've done the other 3 pieces. So we need 3 of those and 1 of those. Then this piece is what goes along the back of our box, and this is where you would write your message. And that piece is 1 7/8 by 1 7/8 by 5 1/2 less an 1/8, less 5 3/8. But that way he's gonna fit on the back of our box right there. Okay. All right, so let's assemble, well, no, before, then we have a piece of the same coordinating cardstock that is 3 inches by 2 3/4, and I scored each side a 1/2 inch. So then that gives us, because it was 3 inches, so along the 3 inch side, that gives us another 2 inch that's gonna match our box size, like that. And I'm gonna accordion, no, not accordion, what is this called, a Z fold? So it looks like this. Okay, let's go ahead and score these folds. Remembering not to score the tall one. We want to leave the tall one unfolded. He's scored, but we don't want to fold along that score line. And this one here. And then these I'm going to fold this way and then fold them back, just so they have a lot of give to them, and that way when you take it out it will flop open and not stay there. Okay, so then this piece here, I'm going to take my Tombow glue and put a layer of on this 1/2 inch here, and it doesn't really matter what side, and then I'm going to lay it down right there and hold it for just a minute. Yeah. Then I'm going to fold it back on itself like this and put a little bit more glue on this side, on this tab, I guess you would call it, and then lay the card this way. So that gives us our inside of our box, right? Okay, so before I put it down, I think it's easier, and I should have done this probably before I glued that piece in. I'm gonna go ahead and lay my Designer Series paper on the inside of my box here. This also strengthens that score line that we didn't fold, so that it won't fold either. We'd like to keep that straight. So far, so good. Okay, then just a little bit of adhesive on this tab. And I'm gonna finish my box off like that. And there's how you have your box that folds. There we go. Cute, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and put the Designer Series paper. Let me put this lid back on here. And lay these down on our 4 tabs. Oh, that wasn't good. There we go. One. 2. And all thumbs. Here we go. Boy, it's just not cooperating. There we go. That's better, huh? Okay. Now to put our bunny into here, I want to see as much of the bunny as I can, so I took a strip of Whisper White, and you know when you cut your inside and you have to cut 1/4 of an inch off, that's all this is, just a scrap. I'm going to just cut it down a little bit, put some tape on there, adhere to the back of my bunny like that, so you make sure you can't see it behind there, and then a little bit of tape on the front. Oh, and then as you put him down, put him so you can see. Oh, no, he didn't stick. Let me add some more way up here to the closer to the rabbit. There we go. Now he's sticking. Much better. Okay, so now with our little tufts of grass, and we're going to do both of them at the same time, and all my little flowers and all my little pieces, take our Tombow, and a glue dot would work here too, but a Tombow, and adhere a little yellow flower to the end of our stem, a little bit of Tombow or liquid glue at the bottom here, and put it here. And then another flower, and just keep going till we have all 6 of them, all 6 flowers on the 2 different grass tufts. You know what, that's a lot of Tombow. I just got it all over my fingers. Oh well, just keep going. This is where you sing a song, or I could talk about stuff that's going on. Right now I can't think of anything. I'll tell you this, at the end of the video, I'm going to show you the ladybug stamp set and framelit class that I have starting April 17th. I'll do a video and show you how to make all the cards. There's 6 cards in the class, and the class contains all the paper and embellishments to make the 6 cards, plus the stamp set and the framelits. And I'll have that class here April 17th. Okay, now I bet that didn't make any sense, so sorry I cannot talk. I think we talked about this last video. I cannot talk and stamp at the same time. This is I can't talk and assemble my little flowers. Okay, we're almost done. One more little flower there. On the back of that one, yay! And so you know, these colors that I picked for my flowers are just the same colors that are used in the designer series paper. So it's easy to find your colors or decide which colors to use when you're using designer series paper. You should use the same colors that are in the paper. And so you know, this designer series paper is from, I want to call it the lipstick stamp set, but I can't remember the stamp set. It's in the new mini catalog by Stampin' Up. But yeah, I should look that up, huh? So a little bit of glue here on the front of our tuft of grass, and then we're gonna slip that into the front here. Now I said that was 2 inches, right? Boy, and I should have made this flower. You know, I bet you I still can. Yep. Make him a little lower so my bunny's peeping through. There, that's much better, right? Okay, then this piece here is going to go on the back, no, on the front of the Whisper White on the back of our card. And it's going to be a little wide because it's as wide as the card base, and the white's not quite as wide. There we go, like that. So let's put a little bit of tape on here and attach this to the back of our card box. There, cute, huh? So on this one, you'll notice I put the Happy Easter up here, but I think on this one, I'm gonna take my Happy Easter and some dimensionals, mini dimensionals. Where'd it go? And put one there. There, where's my East Happy? Well, now when you put something on this flap here, you got to make sure it doesn't go above the score line, or above the, yeah, the score line, because it's going to close this way. So if you have something that goes too high, it's not, your card won't close. So you got to be careful to have it only on the tab. And the Easter right there. And then I'm going to take a little butterfly here. And another, no, I think I'm going to use a glue dot on my butterfly. And put him right there. Right? So then with my big butterfly, I think I'm going to use dimensionals on him. Put a little bit lower so I can fit 2 of them on there. Pretty good. And a little dimensional, another dimensional on this guy here. So now when you place your butterflies on there, you want to make sure your card fits in the envelope. So I'm going to make sure that if I fold it this way or this way, see how he folds better this way. So I'm going to make sure that my butterfly doesn't hang off the edge here, so it still fits in the envelope. So I'm going to take my big butterfly and hang him off the edge this side. That way, see, it's still good. And my little butterfly, there we go, over here where he's not flying off the edge. Then we should have one more butterfly, and with a glue dot, I'm going to take him and put him back here on the back. So you can still lay your card flat to write your message, and then when your receivee, I guess you'd say, of your card opens it up, they have a cute little almost basket that they can set on their desk or whatever. And this one, if you gave this one to a new baby, it would probably sit in the nursery for years to come. So there's our card boxes. Not too easy, uses everything in the catalog. But if you have any questions or comments, be sure and leave them below. And if you have any questions about my ladybug stamp set dies and cards, come back on the 17th and watch for there. Thanks for watching, Diana. See y'all later. Bye-bye.